Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Hola, how's it going? My name's Isaiah, and I started this video to let you guys know that I am following the thinking method as far as learning Spanish goes. Now, what is the thinking method? The thinking method is by a man named Mihalis Eleftheriou. So he's the creator and developer, British-born Cypriot. Mihalis spent over 15 years abroad refining his revolutionary learning approach. Now back in the UK, he aims to bring the thinking method into the mainstream education, challenging traditional teaching methods. His mission is to make this approach the norm, transforming learning experiences, breaking barriers with the help of a growing community. Now that's a summary from ChatGPT of who is the creator of this method. Now, this method is online, free, so anyone can do it. There's no price. Just go to languagetransfer.org and you can find every track that is being taught. As far as the Spanish course, I believe it is 90 tracks long. On the website, there's also other languages: French, Swahili, Italian, Greek, German, Turkish, Arabic, Spanish, English. So there's a variety of languages to choose from if you're interested in that. But me personally, I chose Espanol. So how many tracks is this here? Scrolling. So yeah, there's a total of 90 tracks. That is the thinking method. And so far I am on track número 25. And it's just taking me well, I've basically have done, I would say, 2 tracks a day, missing a couple of days, give or take. So right now I'm on about track 25, and I'm practicing in the open, so I'm recording the videos as I'm practicing. So it's me, the teacher, and the student. That's the format that he teaches the lessons in, is him and his student, and they go back and forth so that you can see how someone who doesn't know the language is gradually learning the language. So I insert myself, and as he's asking the student questions, I pause the video, I answer them. I do that on camera so that, I can look back on it and, perhaps see my progress, how I, my mistakes and etc. I have not watched any of my videos. So far I have about 25. I'm uploading them all to my page. I have not watched any of them yet. I probably should watch them. I can, improve the quality of them as I go along if I were to sit back and watch them. But I'm like a shotgun. I'm just shooting them out there. I record them. I don't have a setup for the fluff. So I just record, upload them, and move on, because the whole goal is to get through all 90 exercises, tracks. Yeah, the thinking method. Yeah, it's set up with the teacher, the student, and he speaks about how you should go about learning the language in the first track. The lessons themselves don't start until the second track. So you see my page, it starts on track número 2. But yeah, so it starts off really easy, of course. I wouldn't say really easy. If you absolutely know nothing, you'll be wrapping your head around those first tracks. Um, starts by saying which words can be easily translated from English into Spanish. And then he goes about you know building small sentences. Um, it gradually increases. So I say for me personally, it's gotten challenging around track 15-ish, 17-ish. It picks up about there where you have to start knowing that some words have to be placed before others, which seems quite unnatural in the English language if you're an English speaker. So from there, 20 to 25. I think so far the most challenging videos I will probably have to say like 20 to 23, where let's give an example. Nos, when you're using nos, us, they give it to. So it's like the way it speaks is different from English. Trying to recall how, like, one full example for you guys. Nos, los, or nos, lo, me, dan. So us, it, they give it. Okay. Us, it, they give it. Nos, lo, me, dan. Or the may go before the lo. No, me, us. Oh, well, it's incorrect on my part because us and me is kind of us or me they give it to. So let's say los, or nos, lo dan. So us, they give it. Okay. In English, that would translate to they gave it to us. So stuff like that, you gotta let that sort of thing marinate. Get used to that sort of those sorts of sentence structures. So yeah, lately I haven't really been up to recording the videos. I've missed, I would say, 2 days thus far. Well, I'm recording now, so the streak continues. But yeah, consistency is key. So that's one of my goals is be consistent. I may not be able to do 2 as the difficulty increases. Perhaps just 1. Doesn't need to be daily. Perhaps every day, every few days, etc. But prior to this, I've been learning the basics of Spanish for I'd say a couple of months. One thing that stands out to me overall in learning is that you kind of have to, especially as a new Spanish learner, you kind of have to have it on your mind daily, so that you don't forget the things that you lost. Of course, they're front of mind, and you got to be actively recalling the Spanish that you've learned. Because of course it builds upon itself. Now on the spot now, and I can't really recite a lot of the Spanish, as you saw the attempt there. But it would be a very choppy video if I did. I mean, I could, but it's not that video. One thing I wanted to get you guys to see that I've been reading, of course, Madrigal. Okay, Madrigal, Magic Key to Spanish. So I'm about page 200-ish in this book here. I tend to read it on my commute. I notice I spilled something on it. Yeah, it's been very helpful. The cards at the end of chapters I've written down, carry them around in my wallet when I have time. I go across them. Yeah, that book is very insightful. And recently, I just got this. Did one lesson in here so far. One lesson in this book. No-Nonsense Spanish Workbook. Haven't really gotten around to it. I heard a lot about it. I know it'll be extremely beneficial. Just have my time is distributed, in many pockets right now. And that's another thing is that, to pick up Spanish, it has to have a good chunk of undivided attention. Because if you're learning something else that's, takes a lot of mental capacity, you can't carry it all, can't do it all. So, try to hone in on the skill that you want for a long duration, I'd say 6-12 months, to really, start to see those results. You will see results immediately, but to, be conversationally, able, you have to, put in some time. Because, one thing I also do is, I put my beautiful AirPods that I recently bought. I put those on, as I'm walking my dog, 15-20 minutes. I put on Spotify and I listen to some Spanish podcasts. And from, like I mentioned, I've been going over Spanish for a couple of months now, the basics, etc. And I can pick out words. I can understand words that are being said, or I can understand the context, etc. But it can be better, of course. But of course, that comes with time. You really see where you stand at when you listen to native podcasts, or even podcasts that are slowed down because they know you are a beginner. So they're speaking slowly than they normally would. That right there allows you to really see where you stand. So I know where I'm at in my learning. Being able to pick out words is good. It's good being able to understand the context of the conversation that's going on. Great. Materials that I have, great. The videos that I make, fantastic. Consistency. All right. You may not be motivated to put in the work. Gotta do so anyway. Gotta put in that time, gotta put in that effort, because at the end, it all pays off. And there's no end, there's just the journey. As the journey goes on, you'll see it pays off. I was at work, and I was working with some ladies, mujeres, and they were discussing a car accident that took place. And he asked me beforehand, you don't mind if we speak in Spanish, etc. There's a rule on the job site where when you're in certain rooms, you got to speak English. So they asked me, you don't mind if we speak Spanish? I'm like, no, I don't mind if you guys speak Spanish. I love Spanish, and I'm trying to learn it. So I allow them to speak Spanish, me just listening. And I understood the context of the conversation. Even spoke, hey, you guys are speaking about, a car accident that took place, and someone got hurt, etc. And yeah, I was spot on. The amount of words I was able to pick out in said conversation would have to be about I would say like 15-20%. Let's bump that down. Let's say like 10 10% words, but the context, you can kind of increase that to 15 because of the context clues, etc. So yeah, that was about 2 weeks ago. But yeah, it does click. Progression, you do see time and effort is needed. Undivided attention is needed. So just keep that in mind as you're tackling learning another language. So yeah, the videos I put up, they are not anything very entertaining. It's just me sitting here recording, walking through the lesson, then adios amigos. So I'm not a YouTuber. These are the first videos I've ever done and put online. So perhaps I can slowly become a YouTuber, explain my experience, journey, etc. I wouldn't mind that too much. Once I get over the fear of what other people think. We all carry that. And right now, I don't fear what other people think, and hence why I'm just recording and putting it out, when you do it that way, just record and put it out, not worry about analytics, other people's what other people are who are visiting, how long they're watching, etc. When you just record, upload it, move on to the next, record. You have that that bit of pressure that, hey, people are going to see it, but also you have that it doesn't really matter because you're just recording, putting it out. Okay, there's no ulterior goal, motive other than you're recording and putting it out. There's no additional pressure there. So yeah, just rambling here. I'm gonna continue with these materials. The Madrigal. I got to page 200, and it kind of to refresh the things that I've gone over. I kind of been brushing up on those 200 pages more than anything. I would like to pick up on where I left off, and 200 is about half the book. This here, I try to do, a lesson before I crash at night. That just came a couple of days ago, so yeah. So I'm gonna end this video here of the thinking method. It is insightful. It does take you around different spaces of the language learning. It doesn't hold your hand in one particular area. It's bringing them all and allowing you to wrap your head around the concepts, etc. So begin these lessons with a me, I try to do it fresh, beginning my day. Be well rested, don't have a lot on your mind because you have a lot to absorb. And I would say, record yourself, whether it's, video or audio, so that you can play it back. I haven't done that yet, and I should, but just to, hear yourself, hear your energy, hear, your mistakes, etc. So that's my input on the beginning of my Spanish learning journey. Hope you guys consider the thinking method. Hope you guys consider the thinking method and tackling that. No matter where you are on your journey, the journey is everything. So enjoy the journey, and it's nice meeting you guys. My name's Isaiah, and adios amigos.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.